Hey guys, so right now I'm on my way to go do a photo shoot with Epyra Cosplay. So let's check it out.
Behind the scenes helper, rather. Behind the scenes helper. Epi, wait for me. And that's a wrap. Hey, what's up everybody? This is FDSedanoArts and I'm here with Epi from Epyra Cosplay.
Hello.
Today we're going to give you 5 tips on cosplay photography.
On both sets of views. So you have it from the cosplayer point of view and you have it from the photographer point of view. Number 1, how to find a photographer / model.
Yeah. For me, I actually found Epi when I went on Instagram. I saw one of her cosplays and I was like, I wonder who that is. I think I saw her on someone else's Instagram, saw her, and then I went into it and then I messaged her. Another way to do it is like I run into a lot of cosplayers at cons. So at cons you can just talk to them, get to know them a little bit, and go into being like, hey, let's do a shoot sometime.
Yep. For me, like you said, he messaged me first. And also in the community, a lot of people talk. In cons as well, you find photographers taking pictures. So you can always, get in touch with them that way.
So number 2 is location. Location for us photographers, you want to find something that'll definitely like match what the cosplayer is wearing, obviously. Something close to it, unless you're like a Photoshop artist, that's just gonna Photoshop the background. But other than that, you want to find a good location that'll match exactly what the cosplayer is trying to achieve.
For me, in my point of view, for cosplayers, I would definitely tell the photographers to make the cosplayer as the focus, not the scenery. There's a lot of good photographers out there who take good pictures of scenery, but when you're taking cosplay photography, if you take that into account, you may lose the cosplayer in the picture if you don't focus on the cosplayer. So, cosplayer as the focus is the general tip. Number 3, know your character. For me, I usually know the characters that I'm cosplaying, but if you don't, you can always look it up or watch a short video. If you do, what I do to refresh my memory is I just watch a video on YouTube, to kind of remember what the character's personality is like, and just, act that character out once you're in a photo shoot.
As a photographer, you're not always gonna know the characters. There's so many animes out there, there's so many comic books. So do the research just like she did, but also go on to Google image search the character. You'll see different poses for the character, different ways that the character is seen, so that will help you. And even then, you can also tell the cosplay model to be like, hey, listen, choose a few poses that you like. If you see anything that you like, screenshot it and then show it to me at the shoot. So number 4 is poses.
For my point of view on poses is your facial expressions will give it away. If you are at any point at a pose where you are very uncomfortable, then I would not use that pose at all because it's not going to look good and your face is going to show it. You can always use your tippy toes even though you don't photograph your toes a lot or your feet in general in any cosplay photograph, but it accentuates a lot of your curves for women out there. And depending on the character, it actually really helps to act out a scene. So for example, I recently just did a Punisher photo shoot and Punisher is very angry. He has this intensity to him. So what I did is I came towards the photographer, walking very slowly, and I actually screamed while I was aiming my gun at the camera. And the shot came out really, really good versus you just trying to act out that pose. You can see the big difference. So those are my tips for poses.
You've already researched, you've got the character down. Now what you've got to do is angles. In angles, if it's a powerful character, you want to shoot it from below so it looks like a more powerful character. From up high, they look more submissive. Also, along with poses, have fun. You're gonna want to take at least 1 or 2 derpy shots to get comfortable with the camera.
Yes.
Like that.
Always. Number 5 is comfort. The main thing for me is you want to keep a couple things in mind between what you're shooting and the weather outside. So do not wear something that is very skin revealing on a very cold day. You will not have a good time. And like I said before, it will show in the pictures if you're very uncomfortable. Same thing goes vice versa. So don't wear something very, very hot.
Especially since we live in Florida.
On a hot day, especially since we live in Florida. You are gonna be sweating your ass off and you do not want to be uncomfortable in your pictures. So another thing with comfort is if you don't know the photographer that you're shooting with on that day, I would always suggest meeting up with the photographer, sitting down and talking to him, seeing how your vibe, is around him, and see if, he's the right photographer to, to shoot you or any of your cosplays. That actually happened to me a couple times. I would sit down and talk to a photographer and just realize that we just don't mesh. His photography style or her photography style just does not sit well with what I want, or his or her vibe just isn't right for mine.
Definitely, you want the models to feel comfortable because it would definitely show in the poses and everything that you do. Another thing is enjoy what you're doing. Because
fun.
If you guys aren't having fun and enjoying what you're doing,
Yeah.
it's gonna show. It's gonna show that you're mad. It's gonna show someone's mad at each other. The chemistry's not gonna be there. The chemistry isn't only with the camera, it's with the person behind the camera and the model. So both of you being comfortable with each other and being able to shoot what you want to shoot is the best. If you're not comfortable with something, please say it out loud. If you're not comfortable being alone with the photographer,
Bring someone along.
bring someone.
Yes.
The photographer should never, ever have a problem with you bringing someone along in any type of shoot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
Those are our 5 tips for
5
cosplay
tips.
photography. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No.
bye guys.
Bye. Should we do an introduction?
Hello.
That's not an introduction.
It's not that, huh? What does this have to do? It's hard, okay? Number 5 is poses, and
Number 4.
number 4.
I'm gonna start over. Blah, 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 blah.
You can just start from so far.
I cannot human right now. I cannot human.
How do we English?
How communicate?
How do we English?
Okay. What cosplay or photo shooting? Not photo shooting.
Excuse me. What cosplay you photo shooting? Oh, what cosplay you photo shooting today?
I'm getting there. No, babe. No.
No, seriously. I want her to know.
Your ass off and you do not want to be uncomfortable in your pictures. Again, another thing is... You're hot.